Welcome, lovely people. Today, obviously, I'm playing on my Xbox because otherwise I wouldn't be on Twitch, and we all know when I'm on Twitch, I'm on my Xbox. So I'm just going to do a quick check because I'm pretty sure the majority of you will be asleep at the time that I'm live right now, and will likely, if you see this video, see it later on YouTube. So I'm going to do a check myself about the sound. So bear with me a sec, you'll probably hear me repeating back, and there I am. Let's turn that one off. Excellent. So sound is going through. That's beautiful. Today we are going to be... Oh, I'm away. We better not log out right when I start the live stream. I had to run to the bathroom. Okay, I was ready, and then I had to run and do that, and now we're back, and I forgot that I should probably move my character. But it's fine. Everything is fine. So we're going to be paying out the event tab for this particular chapter, and we're going to be having a look at the new henchmen. They are called Elite Henchmen Uplink Device Zombie Horde. They did look really, really cool in the developer livestream, even though we couldn't see them 100% well. I am curious mostly about whether or not we're going to have 4 of them, 1 large and 3 small, or if it's going to be like we normally have, which is 1 main one and the 2 smaller ones. So, let's do that and buy it out and see how we go. Now, all of the rewards we're going to be receiving include the henchmen that we just talked about. We're also going to receive 60 of the Mogo acorns, which is, you know, the new Mogo berry. And then apparently 65,000 of the ally favor. Very handy considering I just got myself some Batman allies. Did we not all do that? I feel like we did. So let's purchase this and then have a look. Confirm, thank you, that would be nice. Oh, the progression bar like went along. Did you guys see that? I've never seen it do that before. But very cool, very cool. Okay, let's go and collect and equip. So I'm going to collect the currency on this character. This is the main one I use for YouTube. So yes, we're getting that on her. Let's put the zombies in. And then let's have a look at it. So I'm really curious. Show me the horde. Now, because this is elite, there's 5! There's 5 of them, and they have that aura surrounding them. Don't they look awesome? Darn it. They're so cool. So it's not 4, it's 5. We've got, it looks like 2 sets of 2 that match each other, and 1 really, really large one. Let's run in here and watch my character get her butt kicked real fast, but let's have a look at how they perform. I know that maybe going against a boss wasn't the best idea, but I thought they're all going to start attacking if we do that, right? One of the things I wouldn't mind being able to see, but don't pin my hopes on it, is one of them getting knocked out and then having to crawl back up through the ground again so that they can survive and come back. But I don't know that that's going to happen. It also looks like they might be frozen currently. What is happening with that? I wonder if that's normal or if it's a glitch. They're healing themselves. What's happening? I'm not really sure. But one thing is true. They look so cool. The other thing that's kind of fun about them is, you might have noticed I'm not getting hit a whole lot on this boss, right? These guys are supposed to taunt and take damage. So if they're taunting and taking damage, they're basically, hopefully, kind of acting like a tank on my behalf, so that I might be able to get some things done while they're actually doing the tanking for me, which is a little weird because I am typically either a damage or a tank, so I have no problem tanking for myself. But it is kind of cool the way they function. None of them have been knocked out yet, but they are running nice and smooth for me. I do quite like that they tank. I don't like that they move across the ground. So one of the things that's really nice about the OA henchmen that we do use, sometimes it depends what you've got, because Envirotech is definitely a bit of a stronger damage output. But the OA henchmen, when you use those, they can fly. So they're basically going to have no problem following you wherever you're wanting to go, which is very, very handy. And I didn't really notice the difference until Multiverse pointed that out to me. Wise man on that one. So, oh, thank you, Rose. Oh, I just jumped where I'm going to get knocked out. Thank you, Rose Garden. Rose Garden said she found me. Thank you. So yeah, I do think that the OA ones definitely have the benefit of being able to fly to different locations, even if I go in really weird areas and places. Particularly, I have a tendency to play super speed, so a lot of the times I'm like running up walls and going to high places and things like that. But when it comes to the Envirotech henchmen, which I think were the ones that I had in, I wish that these could like recharge faster so I could show you. But Envirotech henchmen are the ones that I typically have in. They do really, really good damage output, but they also cannot really climb anywhere. So they're kind of pathetic by comparison to the OWA ones. Looking at the fact that these ones tank, I think I probably will use them on some characters, but I definitely prefer the Envirotech ones over them for damage output, and I prefer the over ones if I want to do damage output, but also have them be able to go to difficult locations with flight. But I will say they do look very, very cool. Actually, I'm going to put them back in, because I don't want to accidentally summon Envirotech. We all already know what those look like. We want to specifically see the zombies. So while I'm waiting for that to recharge, I have not played the main mission with this character as yet. I have played it with one character. You did see that I had progression already for one day. I played it with my main villain, so I'm going to play through the main storyline with my hero on here until it recharges, so that we're not doing nothing in between, and then we will, of course, summon them again and have another look, because I'm not lying, they look really, really cool.
Welcome back to Mogo. Sorry it couldn't be under better circumstances, but as you can see, things are getting intense around here. Mogo and your friend Lucia are spreading a field of sorrow over the entire planet, turning it from green to gray.
Now, guys, please do let me know if the sound of the game is too quiet. Sometimes the settings don't stay where they're supposed to, and I'm wondering if maybe it's too quiet and you can't hear what Kyle is saying to me. But I try to make sure, especially when I'm on Twitch with the Xbox, because there's so much interference with my voice, that when the NPCs speak, I'm quiet, and then I speak when they stop speaking. I'm not perfect at it, but I try my best. If you guys hear anything that sounds like they're cutting over the top of me, please let me know. But also, if you can't hear the NPCs as they're talking to me, let me know that too, because I'm more than happy to turn them up, and I just have to try to make sure I stay quiet. Also, that is a gorgeous Shazam. The Shazamly is getting made. See, I have to create my Shazamly character. I really want to. She's got purple. Anyway, let's keep talking to Kyle Rayner. We'll say that's unfortunate, but how is it that a code red situation?
Mogo was holding many Black Lanterns prisoner. His overwhelming grief weakened him, allowing them to escape. And when the gray wave hit, it was like a bomb. Some folks out there were overwhelmed with grief, but some can be helped.
That is definitely a big problem. What can we do?
We need to help people in need and destroy the gray energy constructs that are inflicting sorrow upon them.
All right, I'm going to go through these. Tell me more about Mogo.
Mogo's a sentient planet and a member of the Green Lantern Corps, until recently.
Yeah, now he's part of the Grey Lantern Corps. Is there a Grey Lantern Corps? He's just a Grey Lantern. He's a bit depressed. Okay, he's having a tough time.
He's one of the most powerful lanterns alive. We need to free him from the gray and bring him back to the green before it's too late. Anything else I can answer?
Yeah, we want to know all the things. I haven't done all the things on Xbox yet, so we're doing it at least once. What is a Grey Lantern? Like we don't already know. But we just like to hear him speak, apparently.
A Grey Lantern is powered by sorrow. They can spread that feeling to others, amplifying it to overwhelming levels, making them go gray. Some people who go gray become Grey Lanterns themselves. Others are eventually consumed by their grief completely.
Thank you, Mum! My mum said the sound is good on both you and the NPCs. You are a bit louder than them. That sounds perfect to me. Okay, beautiful. Please tell me more.
Everyone who goes gray boosts the signal, exposing even more people to the energy of sorrow. Left unchecked, it could become a galactic pandemic.
I mean, can you imagine all of us becoming Grey Lanterns? It would be a not fun time. That would not be a party, guys. We'd be napping. Or maybe crying. Crying in the corner. That's not a nice time.
Anything else I can answer?
Yes, of course. Tell me about the Black Lanterns and the zombies.
Black Lanterns are the undead soldiers of Necron, the Lord of the Unliving. They draw their power from darkness, from death.
That sounds horrible, but also entertaining and interesting. And a little creepy, which we like.
They fill their ranks by making more zombies. And if we don't stop them, they'll eliminate every living thing in existence.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good. I like living.
Anything else I can answer?
No, I think we're done with you. Have a nice time. Let's go.
The teleporter is almost ready to receive evacuees. Prepare to move out.
Okay, thank you, Indigo. Let's get our granted items. Now, just like on the last run-through of this, I am, of course, going to grab Might because I tend to play damage more than I play tank. But I do also tend to, in the end, collect both for my damage build with Might or Precision if I'm doing a Precision character. And then I tend to get the other one as well, so in this case it would be Dominating. When I went to the vendor on PlayStation, though, I ended up not really being able to do anything with regard to that because when I went there, they didn't have the dominating ones in stock. They had everything else except the one I'd collected and dominance. I don't know why. That's a little sad, though. But we should be able to now summon these guys. Let's do it. Yay! Let's go attack some things, my zombie horde. You know you want to. Alright, let's do the mission with them.
Has been evacuated. Well done.
Oh, I kind of love it, having, like, zombies follow your character. Oh, you know what? It would work great if I was specifically doing a Black Lantern or if I had a zombie myself. That would be fun. They look good. See, they do go a little slow because they're going across normal flat ground terrain, which is, you know, that's to be expected, really. I do quite like that when we do a mission like this where there's two parts to it, they have a tendency to, when one part is completed, they will remove the little symbols above them so that we know that one is done and we don't end up trying to activate the wrong thing, which is very nice. I know it's a small thing, and they likely do it a bit, but it still makes it a little easier for me, you know?
Will learn the meaning of
See, this one has not been highlighted anymore. It's good. It's very, very good. Very helpful. My zombies are just a little bit slow. I don't hate them, but they're moving a little slow across the ground. At least when I do my OWA ones, they are quite a bit faster. But honestly, most of the time I have Envirotech. Look at them all just falling into the ground. Oh, that's so funny. Okay, hang on. Let's do this mission. We'll wait for them to come back again, and then we'll utilize them again. I won't play the entire mission. I've already done that on my YouTube channel. So, but yeah, enough so that we can have a little bit of a look at how they function. If we can get to a bigger boss, that would be nice. So that we can at least get them through that. That would be cool. Face me! Where are your manners? He's like looking away like I don't matter. Kyle!
Nothing's ever simple in our line of work. The area is covered with gray energy, a sorrow field. Anyone who spends too much time in it goes gray.
He doesn't face me on YouTube. He doesn't face me on Xbox. I think he hates me. How do we deal with this, Kyle?
Watch your emotions. If you start to feel overwhelmed with grief, get out of the field ASAP. Take a breather, then head back in.
Okay, let's get moving. Let's head over.
Evacuated refugee group Beta. Only one group remains.
Thanks, Indigo! I should probably call her Indigo 1, because there's probably an Indigo 2. Oh no! Yeah, down. I leapt too early. Oh, man, is that ground annoying. If you have flight, this basically doesn't impact you at all. But if you're super speed and you're like running across quickly and not paying attention to how close you are to that, it's a little bit bad. A little bit bad for your character, you know? Watch out for the brown ground. That's not actually ground. I believe it's supposed to be like some kind of a mist. Get out of the trees! Okay. She's just wanting to go wherever she feels like. Let's head over to the next mission section at some point here, and then we'll see how our henchmen fare. But I do want to keep using them until we get to a boss, and then utilize them specifically with a boss to see how they go, so that I can see if they're going to be beneficial. I mean, we did use them with the big boss when we were out there for the, is it Lishi, I think it's called, or Leshi, but yeah, when we were doing that, I was by myself and on a boss that we clearly were not going to actually defeat, right? Because I was on my own with them. But I will say, I wasn't taking much hits because of them. They were taking the hits, so that was very nice. Usually when I solo and I'm not sent to tank, that is a much more complicated thing to do. And that was very easy, at least the little part that I did. But yeah, I'd like to see against a boss we're actually going to attempt to defeat. So that happens a number of times through this mission. So we'll see when we get to the first one. We'll do that, see how they fare, and then that's probably all we need to do. Unless people particularly turn up and decide they would like me to play for longer, which I can do, but I doubt that's going to happen. The majority of my viewers are definitely in the US, and because of that, I'm right now playing when they're all sleeping. Like, it's what, like 2 or 3 a.m. for you guys now? Which, you know, you should be having a nap time. It's like nearly 5 p.m. in the afternoon for me, as opposed to p.m. in the morning. I don't know why I said p.m. and afternoon. Clearly p.m. means afternoon. Just ignore me. I'm having a day. I basically woke up, started live streaming, and haven't really stopped much. Because I did the initial missions like this on PlayStation first on my YouTube channel. Then after that, I had to stop because they had to do a system shutdown. During that time, I jumped on Xbox and played through these missions with my best friend on my villain. Then I went back to YouTube so that I was able to do the opening of the capsule live stream. I went and quickly had a snack, came back, and now we're live again. Which it's very, very fun. But, you know, I'm getting a little bit hungry and a little bit tired, so we don't necessarily need to run through all of the missions again. You know, it's gonna be weird because I have not touched my Switch today or my free-to-play account, and normally those are the kind of things I would make sure I do at least the progression for the event, and I haven't. I got attacked! Super brother. Hey, that's so funny after my brother was in the last live stream chat. That worked out kind of fun. Okay, let's speak with Kyle.
Hold up. Just got a distress ping from St. Walker. Damn, sounds like he's in trouble.
Oh no! How do you want to handle this? He doesn't. Did he go silent? I think he glitched out. He said, I'll get these supplies back to camp. I need you to go to Walker's last known location and see what's going on. I'll monitor you on my ring. Good luck out there. Thank you. Understood.
The teleporter is almost ready to receive evacuees. Prepare to move out.
I'm already prepared. Oh, this is the track one. Okay. So basically you activate this.
See if you can find any tracks, signs of struggle, anything that can help us find him.
Like so, and then you follow this. This is weird. I wasn't expecting this to be something that's in this game. It feels like a different game. I'm already following the trail, Kyle.
Looks like Horde sent some great constructs to say hi. Take them out.
I am kicking their butts. Thank you, though, for letting me know. I do wish these guys were a little more translucent. They look very metallic-y, not so much lantern-y. But I mean, beggars can't be choosers. We're stuck with what we're stuck with, you know?
Excellent. Follow the trail. See where it leads.
I am! He did this to me on PlayStation 2, telling me to do things I'm already doing. He's a micromanager. Oh, this isn't gonna work. We're getting attacked, guys. Well, not with just my character. She's okay, though. She can handle that sort of thing. She's tough. You can tell by her swirling lights and blue fire. Okay, she doesn't look that tough, does she? She looks kind of pretty creepy. Creepy and pretty. You can have those two things together, right? Yeah, we're just gonna go with yes. Okay, next one. I do kind of like the look of this little swirly. I mean, I want everything to be a base item, don't I? This is one of the things I wish was a base item. There's so many cool things in this episode I hope are going to be base items. I guess we'll have to wait and see if they put any in. But at this stage, this would be cool. They're just cute and pretty. They look great as, like, at the edge of water. Hello, St. Walker!
Greetings, friend. Your arrival is quite timely. I require assistance.
I am great with assistance. What do you need?
There are green lanterns nearby. They were helping me protect the refugees, but they were overwhelmed with sorrow and have fell to the gray.
Aww. Is there anything we can do?
Search this valley of sorrow. Find the lanterns and place these transponders upon them. I will then transport them to safety.
You got it. What about the gray energy? There's a lot more of it out there.
Some blue lanterns are within the gray valley. Use their blue light as a beacon. Go to them when your sorrow is great, and they will clear it from your heart.
You know, or exit the field completely, and then your health will just go straight back up to normal. I mean, sorry, your lack of sorrow mist stuff. The mist sorrow effect will go away. English and I are not friends today, but no problem. I got it, dude.
The gray is strong there. Your movement will be impaired, and the potency of sorrow will be great indeed. Work smart and work fast, my friend.
Oh yeah, my movement will be impaired, but try to work fast. Do you know how frustrating it is when you say that to someone who plays super speed, but is going to be grounded the whole time? Fine. I'll just deal, okay? It's just, I'm okay with this. Alright, here we go. And grounded. You can tell the second she's grounded in the air, right? Suddenly drop. Alright, let's get all of these guys down. Apparently Kilowog said there'd be days like this. I think Kilowog might be a little bit prophetic with that.
Protect us from this sorrow.
And what would that have meant? Look, child, there will be days like this, where suddenly the entire planet has been taken over by a Sorrow Lantern who is upset because her sister was murdered. Bye, Lissa. I don't think that's true. I don't think he would have known or said anything about it. I'm getting a little too specific. It probably means something a bit more vague, but I prefer to believe the specific, you know? It makes me chuckle on the inside. And apparently the outside, because I don't stop giggling. It's just, I'm stuck that way. It's really hard. When I was on Multi's channel, I think more than once, it might have been twice now, but one in particular I remember where I tried to not laugh. And I said, okay, I'm gonna try to not laugh, and then followed it up with a literal laugh. Like, I can't not do it. I think it's a nervous thing, but I'm also happy. Like, maybe it's a combination of the two. I'm a happy, but sometimes nervous about things person. Where is a blue lantern thing? Over there. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. Look at our bar over there. It's going flashing red. It's very upset with me. But, I mean, if we let it go all the way up, I'm pretty sure it's a knockout, and I'm gonna have to run all the way back over here, and I can't be bothered. So let's go and get some health over here. It's not health! Let's go and get some decreasia of the sorrow. It would be cool if the sorrow took over and then my character started to turn into a Grey Lantern, right? I feel like that would have been fun, but a little bit difficult for them to do, probably. I say that, but I mean, if you've seen this episode anywhere or played through it, you know that they give us White Lantern. So we could have become a Sorrow Lantern, become completely ineffective, and just kind of fly around crying until we get into the blue zone and get healed back up. Or healed up is the wrong word, isn't it? Till we get de-sorrowified? Or full of hope? I don't know. Whatever the blue lanterns are currently doing to us to decrease that sorrow meter back to nil. That thing. So, for anyone who doesn't know, the grey lanterns that you can see on the right-hand side there, it says defeat grey lanterns. They are in that middle section where all those spiky stones are, so you need to go up and inside of there if you want to get those. I'll just grab another green lantern as long as I can get this one over here. It looks like we've done all of the sorrow constructs already. So I'll grab another green lantern, we'll head in, and I'm pretty sure there should be 5 of the green lanterns in here also. So we should be able to get both of the green and the grey in the one location. And on the plus side, we have a nice section over here with Brother Raft so that we can actually get our sorrow meter taken back down. Yes, I already know St. Walker, but thanks for pointing out the obvious. So yeah, let's go and do it before St. Walker tells us again. And get out of that particular circle of weird grey, yellowy tinged mist, because if you stay inside of there, you get even more grounded. It's double grounded. Is that even a thing? It totally is, because it happened. Alright, there we go. So we've got grey and green lanterns all in here. There's quite a lot of grey, isn't there?
Level, my friend. Proceed.
Thanks for that, Mr. Walker. Thanks for telling me the same thing again. You know, repeating the same information is so helpful. Don't really appreciate it. Alright, I'm going to summon my henchmen as well, since we're out here and trying to have a look at them. I'm going to take them across over to that grey lantern there and see how they go. I do think we're going to have a much better time seeing how they go when we hit a boss or a larger group of lanterns that we're going against. But I do like, look at that, they threw out like giant snotwods. That's so gross! I love it. Please keep doing that. Oh, and one of them picked up a rock and threw that. The big guy did that. I love that we get 5 of them. I wonder if that's going to increase their damage output by any means. I don't think they do a lot of damage though, because they're focused more on taunting and absorption of damage. So I think that maybe the damage output is more going to be your character rather than the henchmen that you have. But they're kind of cool. They look great. The aura on them suits them so much, and that's a good point. I mean, in the developers live stream, they did say that that is how you're going to be able to identify them compared to the other zombies, and it's true. We can definitely see them compared to the other zombies. Let's rescue some more sorrow-affected lanterns, if I can get my shield up. Apparently no. We'll attack the grey lantern. Stop doing the ring of evil greyness! It's very annoying. I mean, I don't think they're really gonna stop buzzing. I'm curious why they're attacking me, right? If their grey lanterns are full of sorrow and are so sad, why are they even bothering to attack my character? Why aren't they just sitting down with, like, crying like Lucia? I don't understand their motivations over here, really. I would have thought I'd be more likely to get attacked by a bunch of, Black Lanterns that have already been turned to black rather than the Grey Lanterns. It's just interesting, right?
Level, my friend.
What could, Necron have possibly said to them to get them to do this? Because they're really kind of working for Necron with what they're doing here, right? Or is it potentially that they are just so sad they're affecting things inertly? See, that would make sense, but it's clearly not inert. They're throwing things at me, they're shooting at me, and they're putting rings of sorrow around my feet. On purpose. It's not accidental, so I don't know. Their motivation doesn't make any sense to me.
My ring's detecting another lantern.
Maybe they should have been a Black Lantern, right? Someone that's already been taken up by Necron and then has motivation for their actions. Because they've been enlisted. I feel like that would make just a little bit more sense. Alright, let's go to the next location. I just want to get up to a big bad. So that we can have a look at the henchmen go with a nice big bad that takes us just a little bit of time, you know? So we'll see how we go. I just really want to get out of this area too. Being grounded when you're super speed is the most frustrating thing. I'm sure it's frustrating for other people too, but when I play flight, I notice that I care less about how fast I do things. When I play super speed, I care so much. Alright, we're going to investigate a signal. Oh, Carol Ferris is the signal, right there.
I was a villain.
I've got you, Carol!
All the bad things.
Don't
I
worry!
did.
I'm here to rescue you! Where is Kyle all this time? He just abandoned us. He didn't even care.
I'll meet you.
Let's go, Carol, come on!
Things were looking pretty bad there for a while.
I love how it says escort Carol, and I'm just like, let's just run out of here so I can get my speed back, you know? I care so much about Carol right now. Over here. Kyle!
This gray energy situation is getting out of hand. Thanks for helping.
Oh,
Carol.
just what we
You're
wanted
going
to
check out
see.
a weird
Thanks,
life
Carol.
energy reading before
We're
you
trying to
go?
talk to Kyle right now. Just maybe you could move? Never mind. Kyle, do you think someone else is in trouble?
Seems likely. You up for checking it out with me?
Of course. I would much rather check that out than what I've currently got going on now. So yes, we better hurry. The gray is getting stronger. Is it? I mean,
Let's
it's
get moving.
it's
Someone
happening.
could be in trouble.
The gray is definitely happening, but I don't know if it's getting stronger. I guess my character knows better than I do, though. Let's just go. Let's just go and leave Carol's butt over there. Okay.
Well done.
Let's go. I think the positioning of some of these things is not working out so well.
Hey, can you hear me? Help!
Yes, we can hear you, white light.
Those black lanterns. They're trapping me.
Okay, defeat the zombies and destroy the Black Lantern crystals. I think we all know that's, even if you haven't seen my previous live, you will definitely recognize the voice, right? We all know who that is. And this whole time, I'm like, this has got to be a trick. Something is going on. It's got to be a trick. And I've got to tell you, I'm a pretty wise person when it came to that one specific thing. Don't trust her, guys. Unfortunately, we don't get a choice, though. We just kind of have to go with the flow because that's what the narrative says we have to do. Which, you know, is understandable. If they gave us too many choices in here, it would become a very complicated game. And they're trying to make it easier. It seems like they're trying to make some things just run smoother without them having to think about it. Like the daily rewards, right? So I doubt they're going to put anything in like us having to make choices about what we say. I will say, I do find it kind of interesting that we have conversations with the NPCs and there's options for us to respond, even though our response is the same response every time we play and has absolutely no impact to the actual gameplay. Why not just let the characters give us the exposition? You know, I don't really understand that choice, but fine. Hello, little bubbles. Oh, there's a little bubbles and a little brother. That's so cool. And they both were black and blue. I love that.
Hey, it's me, Voivod. I never thought I'd see you again.
I had a feeling I'd see you right now. For, you know, reasons.
Dead? Kinda. I mean, yes, but also no. I'm a ghost.
Yeah, we can see that you're a ghost. How exactly did that happen? Because there was this cutscene, right, a little while ago where your hand, like, came out of the ground and you seemed to be a Black Lantern. So, I'm a little skeptical about your current situation.
Deadman, remember him? He taught me how to come back. Cool trick, right?
Yeah, very cool. Why are you here?
Check it. lots of buzz in the spirit realm about this Necron guy and his black lanterns. He needs to be stopped. And that means making a white lantern, powered by life.
That sounds amazing. Let's do that. How do we do that?
It takes a lantern of each color. They came to Mogo to do it, and most of them got jumped.
Yeah, that probably prevented you. Yeah, big problem, especially if they take the Green Lantern, because the Green Lantern is the only one that exists, right? Lovely's is alone. So we need to kind of remedy that situation. What else can you tell me, Voivode?
I know what a couple of them are. The yellow one with the awesome mustache, and the greedy orange one. Ugh, I can show you, but kind of a ghosty. Need somebody living to rescue them.
Yeah, I understand. That does make sense. Okay, show me where they are. Let's go.
We have evacuated Refugee Group Beta. Only one group remains.
My mum said, oh dear, that's an unfortunate position. Removing something would be good. Agreed? Maybe they shouldn't have it able to do that. That was just an uncomfortable situation. Don't stick your butt in the middle of someone else's conversation, guys. Just don't do that. Let's enter the cave.
Relax.
Please let us have a big bad. If we have a nice big bad, then we can do our henchmen, and then the narrative is over, and the henchmen have been tested, and it's great. I do quite like that they do seem to tank quite well. It might help some people in their soloing too. If you have them and they can take the damage, you can BA damage and do your damage output while they're like keeping you alive. That would be nice.
Reading a lot of Black Lantern energy in here. Looks like our spectral friend brought us to the right place.
Because your spectral friend is awesome.
Sinestro and Larfleeze could be in big trouble, and it's up to us to get them out of it. Let's go.
Okay, let's go. Aren't these doorways so pretty? That's so cool the way they've got that too. Kind of love it. We should summon our Horde. Let's go, Horde. Excellent. They do look cool. Not gonna lie. I'm looking forward to collecting them on my Black Lantern character. They're so appropriate. It's great fun. I do feel like, because this ends up being the alert and the raid, I do feel like they intend us to do alert, raid, and then solo as the last thing, because this is the 3rd episode they've released where that's been the way it's meant to go. Can we interact with this at all? We can just kind of stand here. Look at her! She's so sad on the ground! We're not friends, but I don't want her to be crying, you know? Let's speak with Voivode.
Hey, is that Lucia over there? The Grey Lantern?
Yeah, pretty sure, yeah.
Bad feeling about this.
As well you should, Kyle Rayner.
Yes, as well you should, Kyle Rayner.
Lives here, trapped within the Book of the Black.
That was such a great laugh. Let's go. Eee. I'm pretty sure behind the book in there's a investigation. I'm just having a look to see if there are any out here. I don't currently have Batman to go and check for them all. Is there enemies? Oh, there we go. There's enemies. I'm literally standing there like, where are they? And they're behind me because I stood up too close to the rune wall. That's understandable. You such good zombies. I say that, but they're not my ones. You can tell, no aura. I must admit, I do quite like them. I'm kind of glad as well that we're getting another set of elite henchmen, because I think everyone's aware now. I have 1 billion accounts, okay, to play on, and a couple of them I did not receive the OA henchmen because I just didn't play that particular event, and I'm thinking I might play this event on those accounts specifically so that they have some elite henchmen as well, even though they are tank henchmen, and I do prefer the Envirotech ones, and I think the OA ones at this point I might like better just because of the flight and the damage. But yeah, it would be nice to have some elite henchmen on my other accounts too, especially because when you do from character creation, so from 0 to 30, you can access them before you even have a base, which is, you know, on previously, before the elite henchmen were even put into the game, you could not access them, and it's because you can have your characters go and access the event tab right from the beginning, and then get your henchmen that way, which I think is really nice. I think it's nice that they have it that way, so that, you know, people who have actually done the event get the benefit of being able to access them, which is nice. And now if anyone has missed out on the previous elite henchmen, they're able to get these ones, which is good too, so that they too can start from the beginning and have henchmen very, very early on in the game. Helps them get through their 0 to 30 leveling. It's a nice little extra thing. I do quite like that. Hello, Sinestro. How's it going? My mum said, is that a Superman symbol that you keep standing on? Yes, it's not one that I keep standing on. It's one that appears below the feet of my character when I do some specific things. So I have an ally in place. It's actually a Superboy ally that has the Superman symbol. And at the moment I'm using Rebel Rage, which is getting your health changed 3 times, which honestly happens very, very often. Grants stacks of might and precision buffs. So when I get hit 3 times or my health adjusts 3 times up or down, that symbol below my feet is signifying the fact that that ability is active and giving me might and precision buffs. So it's handy. I do wish that potentially I could change its color to blue on this build, or most of the time she's actually purple. It's just that I really like the... Does this match this one? No, this is the other side. I did really like this particular aura, and I went to the effort of getting the collections for this aura. So, yeah, I did it and put it on, and we decreased the amount of purple for this particular build. I probably won't keep it long term, but for right now it looks pretty. And I do think it would look a lot better if my symbol on the floor was at least the same color as the aura, or maybe the same color as her style, so that white that's going around her, or the black. But at the moment we're kind of stuck with red. You know, it's not terrible or anything, but I would like it to match a bit better. One of the things that I don't like about some of the artifacts too is when they have abilities that just don't go with my loadouts nicely, and I'd rather just not see it at all. Like the Sinestro Corrupted Ring, they have the summoning of Ion or the summoning of Parallax, both of which are fine, but they don't both typically make sense on the same character. This is not this symbol. Let's try the other side. Is it this symbol? It is! Excellent. Activate. Now, I haven't gotten up to this point when I did the alert, because was this the alert? I can't remember. But when we did the alert and I got booted from it, we were up to... what's the greed guy's name? Laflease. We were up to Laflease, and it booted us right at that point. I don't think we'd done this part, but maybe I'm remembering incorrectly, but I would assume that the extra little hallways that we have each side of these means that we'll have more of these when we do it as a group. I will just have a look, right? Yeah, there's one section of emptiness over this side with, you know, what looks like could hold a pillar, and then over here as well. So I would assume maybe we get 3 on an alert, 4 on a raid, or something like that. Not sure, but once we've played through those later, we will know. And it will be great. Alright, let's do this. So, when I played this on Xbox with my villain, the wall didn't come down, and I couldn't activate this, and I had to go, like, over here, and around the side here, to get on this side, and activate it here. I don't know why, but I just thought, guys, if it happens to you, just go over the wall. It made it easy, and my best friend was playing at the same time, and I was trying to explain what was happening to him, and he had never played the episode before, so I don't know if he knew what I meant. But for some reason, the pink did not go down, and I knew it was supposed to because I just played it on PlayStation preceding it, so I knew what was supposed to happen, but for some reason that didn't work out. This is kind of a big bad, right? Let's do this. Take him down! Maybe. Come on, zombies! Actually, I don't know that they're going to take him down, but they'll take damage, right? Actually, I already am noticing he's not aiming for me. Is he? No, look, he's swinging at them. It's great! They kind of work well, don't they? At least so far. I do notice I'm getting targeted a lot less when I have them.
Follow me to the next chapter.
Oh, that's so great! Darn it, do I go back already? Oh, good, thank goodness. I was going to say I'd rather use them against Lissa as well.
I was expecting a giant auction, selling all of his loot for charity. Those orange concepts are large.
It froze? Okay. I also think a giant auction would make a little bit more sense, you know, or in some way him having absolutely no possessions and being stuck with nothing. That would make sense. This doesn't really seem like something that's appropriate for LaFleeze as his personal hell, which is what they call it. It does seem like a hell, but LaFleaze's, I don't know. I find it baffling that it's for him. But also, I think it looks great. Like, it looks so cool. It reminds me, I said this on my YouTube live stream as well. It seems like something from Elder Scrolls. There's a particular Daedric prince who has like multiple eyes and ten. Oh, Hermaya. Oh, darn it, I wish I could remember the name. But he has an environment that you go into that's very similar feeling and look to this. Not the same, different colors, and the stone is a little bit different. And there's like giant beasts inside there. But yeah, this reminds me of that so much, which is a little nice for me. It's a little bit nostalgic. It reminds me of when I was playing Elder Scrolls. Actually, I think the specific load in, for want of a better word for it, that I'm thinking of, or storyline that I was playing at the time, was actually on Skyrim, not on Elder Scrolls, even though the Daedric Prince exists in both of those. So, yeah, it reminds me of that a little bit. My mom says, this seems really odd without lots of people in the chat, probably all asleep. Oh yeah, I think so. I mean, I chose to do this on Twitch, when most of my audience is sleeping, just because I thought I always pay things out on the PlayStation. I should do it somewhere else this time, and specifically when I was going to do it on the PlayStation, I accidentally double tap might be the wrong word. I tapped to pay once, and then I tapped it again too quickly, and it happened again. So kind of a double tap, but there was a gap in between, and ended up purchasing the wrong thing and went too fast. So yeah, I ended up using the funds that was for this up on using it for capsules instead, which honestly, it was fun. I did enjoy doing the capsules quite a bit, but I was intending to utilize it for this specifically, and then when I didn't have the funds, I just thought, oh well, I'll put them in, but I couldn't because the EU server was down, which is where I need to pay. So pardon me. So eventually I just was like, you know what, I should just do it on Xbox. Everyone's going to be asleep anyway. I very rarely give myself something on Xbox instead of on the PlayStation. It'll be nice, and if people turn up, great. If they don't, that's also fine. People can watch it later if they want to see what it looks like, and honestly, the Henchmen do look pretty darn cool, and it gives me the opportunity to play through a little bit of the content over here too, which is nice, because I do want to play it through on my main, not just skip it on my main. You do get some rewards and things, but on my other characters, I will likely skip it. But every now and then I might want to replay that initial mission, so having a couple of characters that I hold back and save it for, I might do that also. Probably not on the Switch, but on here and on PlayStation, I will probably have a couple of characters where I keep it not completed, and at some point I'll go and play it again, you know, later on when it's, you know, old and I haven't done it for a while, and I'm looking for that little bit of nostalgia, especially for this particular episode, because honestly, I really like this episode. I don't know, I'm curious to see what Multiverse thinks, and I'm curious to see what everybody else is thinking about it too, but not only do I think this is way better than the previous two episodes from these developers, I also think that I like this better than every other episode so far. And I do like the Lanterns, I think they're really interesting, but I'm not a huge Lanterns fan. I much prefer Batman and Raven and the Teen Titans, and they're more of my characters that I enjoy. But this episode I enjoy so much. I love the open world. I also love the Mogo open world, right? I love both of them. I think they're beautiful, both in different ways. But the load-ins in particular, I think the aesthetic is really cool, very creepy, a little bit dark. The narrative I like, that we're not following the storyline of Lucia. She just happens to be playing a part in the storyline. We're actually trying to help Mogo, and we're following the storyline with characters we recognize. Carl Rayner is the main character we're going along with. We've also got Carol. We are going to have Sinestro and LaFleeze join us. We've got Atrocitus as well. It's, you know, it's a good mixture of characters that we actually recognize playing through it. And the big bad is Necron. We're going against Necron, another character that I recognize. So, I don't know. I'm enjoying this episode quite a bit. I do find it really fun. I like that as well, even though it does seem like they are doing the time sync pub thing, right, that they did with Casnia. They're doing it much more discreetly, and it's from one point to another point to another point, instead of back and forward and back and forward and back and forward. It's much, much more linear and feels like I'm actually following a storyline in the natural flow from one location to another, which is much, much better than Casnia. So, I don't know, this episode I love. I really am enjoying it. I think once I've played Alert, Raid, and Solo separate as well, I may feel the same about the Alert and Raid being the same thing. Like, I always dislike that aspect of it. I think there should be 3 separate things, not the same thing played twice. It's more of a deterrent from me playing it, which is really, really annoying. But that's the case for any time that they do that sort of thing. And, I do really, really enjoy the solo for this. The White Lantern thing. Okay, for anyone who hasn't seen it, spoiler alert. But when we get the White Lantern powers and our character transforms and this narrative really does incorporate our character, it's so immersive. I absolutely loved that. Let's go, Horde! Time to attack some zombies with zombies. So, I mean, it does surprise me. I was actually looking forward to this episode, where I haven't really looked forward to stuff from these developers before, not much anyway, and particularly because with Casnia they introduced us to the blogs, and I absolutely still hate those. I don't like the blogs at all, but yeah, this one is the first time where they gave enough information in the blogs that, you know, if I skipped them, it wouldn't have mattered. And also that they gave us a little cutscene with Alyssa and Voivode's hand coming out of the ground. That was such a good cutscene. I really, really enjoyed that. And it sucked me right in. Like, I was so excited for this episode. And then when it drops, I got really happy because it's very, very cool. There are glitches. It does look like they've fixed them, though, because when I was back over on PlayStation, which is where the glitches and issues were, it's the area where they shut it down for 2 hours-ish so that they could fix it ASAP rather than waiting for the shutdown. It did seem like people were saying that it was now functioning better. So hopefully that is true and it was working well. Because, you know, that's very... surprising a little bit of them also to do a shutdown partway through to fix the issues, but I mean, it was a lot of really, really big issues. I would imagine they had a great deal of backlash on that and people telling them how bad it was, and that's probably what motivated them to ASAP fix it. My best friend was also surprised by the fact that they had fixed it so quickly instead of waiting for the natural shutdown, which has still not occurred. We still have a few hours until that would actually happen for the US server. But yeah, it was good to see that they were trying to fix it, and it seemed like they did make it easier for people to be able to get in and everything. So, you know, good job them. At least for that. These look like exclamation marks. The first time that I played through this, I also noted that there's only 3 symbols here and they go to the middle and then there's enough space for 2 more, but there's none. Why didn't they put it in the middle? It looks like they didn't put it in the middle because in the raid and the alert, they add more symbols for us to do. Not only that, but when you're in the alert, oh, pardon me, now I've got hiccups. Which is a combination of hiccup and burp, where they work together, you know, as friends, and then ruin my day. But it did seem like when we're in the alert that there is a lot more of these guys with the symbols coming out, and not the correct symbol necessarily. A bunch of them all coming out, and you have to make sure you as a team get together and collect the ones that you actually need in the correct order, so that you can get it done quickly. It was quite cool. I did quite like that was what was going on. So, I don't know, interesting way to play together. And also, one thing I do really like about this particular episode is that something I complain about with Casnia and with Mogo is that we don't need our roles. We go into the alert and we go into the raid, we do an escort mission in one, we do a tower mission in the other, and I hate it. I don't like it at all. And it feels like I could be a damage for all of that, as could every other player until we hit the boss. In this one, even though we are doing things where we go off and come back, we do actually utilize the roles. So when we're overdoing the section where we are, what's his name? Lovely's. I keep forgetting Lovely's name. Every time we do the Lovely's section, there are enemies to attack. We can go off as a group or as individuals. As a group, we can help each other, keep each other healed, or tank for the other person so they can collect it. The roles are actually utilized, which is nice, because that's something I really don't like about Casnia and Mogo, is that there's no point. There's no point having a role. Just everybody do damage and we can get through it, no problem. So I'm I'm really happy to see that we actually do utilize our rolls a little bit more in this, rather than skipping over them completely. And also in this mission here, we have a nice mechanic that works well, and we all could utilize our rolls with this as well. So that is one thing I'm really pleased to see. I'm hoping that it's because they listened to the fan base and not just something that happened by chance. If it happened by chance, then the next one we might end up with another escort mission, you know?
Hear me, Sinestro. We can still do...
We? There is no we, traitor.
Please, Sinestro.
Uh-oh. Oh, she was hungry.
Oh, Voivode! What the hell?
Stay back, pretty boy. This doesn't concern you.
Yeah, pretty boy.
One job, witch. One. And you couldn't even do that. So no black ring for you. Necron doesn't reward failure. Now I gotta clean up your mess. Typical. Think I'll start with a little payback first.
Stay your hand. The Grey is not to be harmed.
Yeah. Not yet, anyway. She disappeared in a cloud of black smoke. Okay. Hi, LaFleeze.
Make me do something heroic for free! Ah!
Okay. The dude has no chill.
Looks like Necron had plans within plans, turning Voivode to the dark side and using the Grey Wave from Lucia to weaken people with sorrow.
To make them easier to kill and make more zombies.
Yeah, and they're both still out there under Necron's control. We gotta do something about that, and fast.
If you say so, let's go. I say that, but I'm about to have another conversation over here with, what was it? The yellow mustache guy? I don't know, I can't remember what she said.
See it now. Necron corrupted Lisa, then unleashed her on Mogo to release the Black Lanterns imprisoned here. Clever.
Yeah. So what now, Mr. He does have a really nice, like, he takes care of his mustache and his brows there, right? He's a bloke who looks after himself, you know?
Raynor was right to liberate myself and Larfleeze. Now we must reunite with the other lanterns and create a white lantern. It's the only path to victory over Necron.
Yeah, that sounds easier said than done. Thanks, my dude. Let's go. Oh, wait, no, let's not go. Let's do the behind the book thing. Yay! Okay. I'm fine, okay? I'm perfectly fine. Let's head out. Okay, so that wasn't too bad. We got to utilize our henchmen, and frankly, they ran pretty nice. They're pretty smooth. They do act as tanks on my behalf, at least as far as I can tell thus far. I will say we're playing the casual stuff, obviously, because we're playing the initial mission. Apparently, we're getting an urgent phone call.
Things are heating up with the Black Lanterns, so I've relocated a bunch of civilians to a safer location.
First Grey, and now the Black. Sounds bad.
It's not great. People overwhelmed by the Grey are prime targets for Necron's forces. They're defenseless, sitting ducks.
Sounds like we have work to do. I mean, we already were working, though. We just have more work now.
Damn right we do. Follow the canyon to the new base and clear out any zombies you run into. See you soon.
Alright, let's go. Don't answer the second call. It glitches whenever you do that. It's just the same call, guys. Don't do it. I think we have to get rid of 15 of these guys. Indeed, we do. I mean, they're not that hard to knock out. I'm curious. I'm wondering if maybe I should get my Horde out. So let's do that. Come with me, zombie Horde. I feel like I should have dressed for the occasion, right? I don't really look like I belong with my zombies. I mean, the tattered cloak of corruption definitely helps. That does look creepy, but the bright blue and then the swirling pretty purpley blue, vortex around my character, it's not helping the situation, really. I just look kind of cute. So, I feel like my style doesn't work quite well enough for my zombie horde. I wonder if they're going to have trouble getting through the zombies if I go all the way to the end without them. Let's find out, probably, because they don't fly. Right? They're gonna be stuck down there. Let's find out. Let's get all the way to Kyle over here. Hi, Kyle!
You made it. Cool. This place is in rough
They
shape
came!
thanks to the Grey Wave. It's gonna need some mods if it's gonna survive enemy attacks.
Okay. What needs to be done?
There's a lot of junk and debris that needs to be cleared out before we can do anything else. I know, it's a dirty job.
I think my zombies like you. I think that they think that you look tasty. That's what they said. I didn't say that. Anyway, we've got to do the dirty work. Okay, sounds fine. Look at my zombies! They're so cute! I kind of love them. They weren't cute to me up until the point where they're like, "Hi, Kyle, we're just gonna stand here right in the way of the conversation because we think you look yummy. And we want to suck out your brains, blood, taste, eat, you know, whatever zombies do." I'm mixing up zombies and vampires now. My mom said, "Ooh, is there a way to heal all the zombies?" Maybe? See, this is the problem too, right? Let's see if we have access to the dominance, ones on here. There we go. Oh, okay, we've got all of them on this one. Why is dominating available here and it wasn't available on mine, on PlayStation? That's so weird. I don't understand that. But, I mean, if we heal up Mogo and deal with that situation so that he's a Green Lantern again, potentially we can maybe continuously create some White Lanterns over and over again and heal up some people and give them life and then no more White Lanterns. It kind of sucks that in order to bring back somebody, the White Lantern has to lose their White Lanternness. Isn't that kind of sad? That's a little bit sad.
We meet again.
Hi.
This people are gonna talk.
No, they're not. Ridiculous. Also, very, very cool looking character who just went into the screen there. Did you see? She had like the, is it glimmer wings? Glimmer wings and then the antlers. Love it. Looked so cool.
Relax. Just trying to lighten the mood a little. This place is a wreck. Used to be a supply depot. I've been collecting power cells here for the refugees. Wanna lend me a hand?
Okay. Let's go. I feel like I've already done a big bad now, right? Maybe we should stop the live stream because you'd only be watching so that you can see my zombies be zombies, right? Maybe one more summon. I realized also, I stopped my last live stream after I said, we'll do the uplink device one more time and then we'll finish. And then I literally was like, okay, bye guys and stuff. And then I left and then I turned off the live stream and went, oh, I didn't do it. I couldn't believe it, but I was like, it's too late now. I already stopped the live. We don't start a live stream just to do the uplink device for a sec. That's silly. So no. My mum said, so continuously become a White Lantern and keep healing everyone. Yeah, basically, because technically zombies are dead. So White Lanterns can give up their White Lanternness to give life to someone. So all of the colored lanterns would need to make one White Lantern. Then that one White Lantern heals somebody. Then they do it again, and she heals somebody. Then they do it again, and then she heals somebody. It would be an annoying cycle, but it could definitely be done. I feel like they would all be very tired by the end, though. Come on, zombies, attack them all! Alright, let's go over to this section where we need to be. Let's see if the zombies come. It does look like it. You can see the green dots are actually following me. They're not being stopped by all of the other bad zombies. Weird saying bad zombies and good zombies. There we go. My undead abomination coming to kick all the butts. Well, I say kick all the butts. Coming to take all the damage so that I can kick all the butts. That's basically what's happening. Because I don't feel like they're doing a lot of damage output. They're just taking a lot of damage from the enemies for me, right? I'm gonna watch. I'm watching to see how well they go without me attacking. And not terrible. Not terrible. But yeah, I very much feel like they are tanks. I mean, this could potentially help some people. Oh, Rose said we're 1 hour in. Oh, really? I've already done an hour. I wasn't intending for this to be that long. I just wanted to play with my henchmen. And they're so cute. I know. I know my mum said they can't be cute. She said zombies cute. I don't think so. But look at them. They're a little bit cute. They're all like crowding around me like, don't you worry. We'll take all the damage. We're already dead. It doesn't matter. I kind of love them. Alright, let's head back over here and get out of the way of the Horde. I feel like I have played around with these guys. Oh, we'll get this little bit too. Quite a bit. Hello, Atrocitus! And they're fun. I am enjoying them. I think they function quite well. they do tank for my character, which is nice. And if you are someone who wants to play soloing and you can't tank, so you're playing like a healer or a controller instead, highly recommend you chuck these henchmen on and see if you can solo some extra things by having them take the damage on your behalf. It might be helpful. I can't say that I've noticed that it would be specifically helpful for that with my character because she can tank herself, which makes it a little bit easy for her. But if you play something else, I feel like they would be really good for if you want to try and solo with those characters. Fire is definitely the best ability to solo with because I can self-heal and tank. But if you're playing something else, they're probably great. Oh, please, Atrocities, you always require my help, okay? Would you like me to direct you to a dentist? I know one.
My cat has more power than you.
You have a cat? He has a cat! I'm surprised his cat hung around, because he looks a little scary. Maybe it's his cat got used to it? I don't know.
What do you want? I grow tired of your jabbering.
Oh, you are not the first person to tell me that you grow tired of my jabbering, okay? I've been jabbering for a very long time. I call it rambling, but it's basically the same thing, and there's not really anything that can stop it except sleep. Because, actually, no, apparently when I sleep, I also speak. Never mind. We just need your help against Necron. Would you mind helping us create a white lantern?
By the time you weaklings mobilize, it will be too late.
Ugh. Weaklings. Who are you calling weakling?
I will face Necron alone.
Yeah, that's not gonna go well. Goodbye!
He's always
Alright,
like that.
let's collect these mines, hop up on the
Terminally
roof, and then I think we might leave it there,
Perhaps
because
before we
this
head back
stream
to base.
is not to play the entire story again. This stream is so that you guys could see the henchmen. I think we've done that. I do think they look really cool. I think the way they interact with our enemies is really cool. They're a fun henchman to have. I will say Envirotech is still my absolute favorite, and my second favorite is still Oa. But it's more because I tend to tank myself, which means that I don't need tanking henchmen quite as much as I do need damage henchmen. But, oh, my mum said the NPC voices seem to be getting quieter the longer you play. It's not easy to hear them now. Oh, well, at least we're at the end anyway, so it's okay. But, yeah, I did say earlier that sometimes the sound doesn't stay quite right. I think it messes up during my streams. I'm not really sure why. You can see I haven't gone to the settings to adjust the sound, and I certainly haven't changed the way that I'm speaking. I sound the same basically all the time. So, yeah, I'm not really sure what that is. If I was going to continue to play, I would turn up the NPC volume, but since we're stopping here, I won't. But yeah, I do think these are fun. And honestly, on my Black Lantern, even though I don't need these ones for what they do, I want them for the way they look. If I have anything else that looks zombie-like I have one on my Switch that is an undead zombie Egyptian. She's supposed to be, so I will utilize these on her as well. Works out fine. She plays Celestial, so she can't tank on her own anyway, though she can self-heal. They look great. I'm really happy with the way that they look. They're kind of cool. And the fact that they do seem to tank quite well is very nice. I take it back too. I said that there were 2 and 2 of the same, but they're not. One is in a black t-shirt, one is in a black opened button-down shirt, one has no shirt, and one is wearing a white shirt. So they're actually different. All 4 are different. And this dude looks awesome. I've got to say that bulging shoulder and the ripped open mouth is very cool. These henchmen just look really cool. So hopefully, guys, that was helpful for you so that you know what they look like, how they function, and whether or not it's worth it for you to get them. But if you are someone who wants to solo with non-tank characters, highly recommend. They're very, very handy. I can't say they didn't work well. They totally worked well. I would say that the only thing that might be a deterrent is if you fly or if you're going up difficult terrain, maybe they'll have difficulty getting there. But other than that, I think this is really, really cool. So, yeah. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope that it gave you helpful information. And I would really like to know what you guys think about them, whether you like them, whether you think they're going to be useful, and whether you like them more or less than the OWA and the Envirotech Elite Henchmen, because I'm curious to see what people like about different things. And at this stage, I think that Envirotech seems to be the main choice that people have. Some people prefer OWA for the flight, but the damage output on the Envirotech is certainly helpful. Anyway, guys, I hope you all, as always, because I think this is my catchphrase now, right? I hope you all have a good one. I'm getting used to it.